Hello, this is Leslie Lee, and welcome to Simply Tarot, where I give intuitive advice to empower your life. This is a reading for the Earth signs for April 1st through the 15th, 2018. This is a general reading, so not everything will apply to everyone. Please look at your moon and rising sign videos for better clarity on this time. Also, the timestamps are in the description area below for your convenience. We'll start with Virgo today. Okay, so you have the Oak King here. The Oak King is the hangman in traditional tarot. And this talks about things slowing down. It requires patience here. And with TikTok in support of that, it kind of feels like a contradictory here that asking you to speed up. However, I do feel the message for you here is to take time to look around you at what needs to be worked on, especially within yourself. It's a time of reflection. It's a time of looking within and seeing what inside of you needs to be replaced or healed or worked on. Something that can do with your health. Yes, it can be your health, or it can be the way you think, the way you talk to yourself, the things you think about yourself, your motivation, your determination, your willpower, that sort of thing. And with the Oracle card, it makes me feel like things need to come in order, because for a lot of you, yes, there may be a feeling of time running out and that you have to get things in order before time runs out, before a deadline, before something happens at this particular time in your life. It can be a milestone, so to speak, a year that you are looking ahead to, like the 50-year mark or the 40-year mark, or a time where you feel like you won't be able to have kids or start a family or find the love of your life or get into that career you wanted or make progress in the career you wanted or make the money you want or get the car you want. That sort of feeling here. But the advice here is just to take a moment, take a step back, and look within yourself and ask yourself why you're feeling this way, why you feel like your time is limited, why you feel like there's a deadline on what it is you want to achieve. Because with the Oak King here, there's the infinity sign here. That lets me know that there is time for you. There is time for you to accomplish the thing that you want to accomplish. However, your mindset has made it difficult for you to see that. You kind of lack patience here. So go within, see what it is that makes you feel like you have to do something now, and hopefully you could understand why it is you're working that way. I'm getting the image of the inner workings of a clock, of all the little clockworks inside of a watch or a clock. I get that feeling that you are, in essence, the clock here. You are the clock, and now we need you to go and open the face of that clock, go inside of that clock, look at the inner workings and figure out why it's working the way it is, because it's, in a sense, not working properly. Something is off there. Something's not cooperating, because when one thing's off, it triggers another thing and another thing, and now the clock isn't working properly. Now the hands are stuck in the wrong place, or or moving backwards, or things just isn't working the way it's supposed to. It's your time to go inside and reflect here and figure out what you need to change, what you need to improve upon, that sort of thing. I want to take a guidance card just to get a little bit more clarity, advice, and guidance for Virgo, April 1st. Wow, okay. This says connect with your higher self, to meditate. And this is what I mean by taking a step back, taking a pause, and go within. Meditation might be a great thing for you to do during this time, during this period. Kind of take yourself out of the chaos of the world, the busyness, the responsibilities, the stress, the hecticness, and take some time for you. Settle on you for a moment. Take a long walk in the park. Take a moment of solitude in your room, wherever you feel comfortable. Actually meditate. Do some yoga or do a session of meditation where you could become mindful and go deep inside yourself and figure out what is not ticking the right way. Something's off there. And when you meditate, you'll work in connection with your guides, with intuition, with your higher self, and you will pinpoint exactly what is malfunctioning, what needs to be fixed, and be able to focus on that so you can fix it, definitely. Okay, we're going to move on. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, you have Harvest here, and also the Oracle card Orphan. Now, Harvest is judgment in traditional tarot, and this card represents you kind of reaping what you sow at the moment. It's kind of like a karmic card. Yes, it can represent karma, but I do feel like what you deserve at this time is happiness and bliss and achievement and success and contentment. But for a lot of you, because of this Orphan card here, you feel like you don't deserve it. And because you feel like you don't deserve it for whatever reason, you're kind of manifesting that in some sense, in some way. You're bringing this energy into your life at this time where you are in a place of dissatisfaction or stress or worry or anxiety. You may feel like you can't connect with other people. You may feel like other people can't connect with you or they don't understand you. You may put yourself in solitude. You may take yourself out of the group mentality or take yourself out of being social, that sort of thing. You may want to be alone at this time. For a lot of you, that can be what is necessary for you to improve yourself, to heal yourself, to work on what it is that you aren't happy with about yourself or about your mentality. But for some of you, taking yourself out of the equation and putting yourself in solitude can have the opposite effect and make you feel lonely, make you feel alone. And becoming social will be your reward. Don't jump into something that you don't want to do at this time, especially if it's like an anxiety with crowds or relationships or people in general. But do talk to someone, communicate. Get some things off your chest, off your shoulders. Let other people know what you're going through at this time, because this is how you will eventually work through it, get through it, and get to exactly your end goal. I'm going to get a guidance card. I'm going to take this one as well. I'm going to get a guidance card for you just to get a little bit more guidance and advice for Taurus. Here we go. Okay, ground. It says stay connected to the source. What I get from this card is that it's saying that you have to connect yourself to that thing which helps you gather your courage and gather your confidence, your self-confidence, and that strength you need to move past any obstacle you may be encountering at this time. For most of you, I feel like this obstacle is within you, something you've been holding on to, something possibly from your past, something that you feel you can't get rid of, and it can be karmic based, meaning you feel like you deserve this. Like I said in the beginning, I do not believe that this is something you deserve. I think it's your mentality that you should work on at this time, your way of thinking. That's the challenge at this time. As soon as you connect to source, your intuition, your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, God, or the universe, or the universal consciousness, or whatever source is to you, you will find that connection that you need to speak out, to speak up, to communicate, to let things off your chest, to confide in others, to get a little bit of advice from someone you trust in, to get a little bit of guidance from someone or a group of people you trust, even if that trust is in God or your spirit guides or your intuition. It's definitely a time for you to connect there and figure out how to move forward. And I do feel as soon as you connect, you will begin to move past whatever it is that is holding you back at this time. Okay, moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, you have the Queen of Wands and the Oracle card Treasure Island. This is a time of inspiration, motivation, determination. You are ready to go and nothing will stop you at this time. I do feel like you have some opportunities on the horizon. I do feel like you have some recognition on the horizon, be this with love or with career. I do feel fame, recognition, compliments, praise, that sort of thing coming to you during this time. And it can be due to the work you put out there. Whatever work you've been doing, whatever thing you've been putting your time and attention in, whatever energy you've been pushing out into the world, that is coming back to you at this time. And it does have something to do with your intuition. It does have something to do with your purpose. It does have something to do with the help you give to others and the things you teach to others, the things you inspire others to do, either with your words or with your actions. I do feel a lot of the success and treasure, so to speak, that's coming to you is due to your own ambition. You're so fired up at this time. You're so motivated and determined and ambitious at this time that you are giving that energy to others. It's sinking in. They're pulling it in, and they're taking some of that fiery energy that you have at this moment, and it's returning to you. They see that in you. They're giving it back to you, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to get a guidance card just to get a little bit more clarity, guidance, and advice for Capricorn. Simplify. That's a good one. This is talking about lessen the many tasks. You may be at this time so ambitious that you have a lot on your plate, that you have a lot of plans, that you have a lot of ideas, and you want to get everything out there. You want to go, go, go. You want to start this project. You want to go with this endeavor. You have all these ventures and adventures you want to explore and you want to go towards. However, this card reminds you to simplify, to not do too much at one time, because that can lead to burnout. That can lead to a little bit of chaos. That can lead to a lot of stress, maybe worry, that sort of thing. So as long as you keep your ambition, but kind of stay realistic in what endeavors you want to partake in and what avenues you want to explore, simplify here, and this will be your best success during this time. Just make sure you pick out one or two things you want to do and start those things and watch those things progress, work towards progression, complete those things before you start on something else. So I want to thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and commenting. I love connecting with you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. I'll have more videos like this for you soon, and I will see you soon.